Hi everyone. So today we're going to discuss about we're going to start a lesson regarding the how to motivate workers by giving financial motivation. So different financial methods are going to find out methods of motivation at work, a financial motivation chapter. So in this lesson we're going to find out like a payment method for the workers, like financial method of motivation, remuneration methods, right? Bonus, commission, promotion. We're going to discuss today different financial methods of promotion. There are certain financial methods in people management, right? The financial motivation is really important because under Herzberg factors, mainly it's a hygiene factor. So you should provide important, the pay is really important for everyone because see financial motivation therefore really important for everyone. So because without if you not giving a proper salary, proper financial payment, people start leaving the organization. They will start leave the organization and then they will not stay in the organization. That's a problem. So financial methods of motivation, you can see people management under that. There are many reasons why people work for a living, right? So it's undeniable that money or the financial rewards play a key role in motivating people in the workplace. A lot of people are sometimes they change their country of living because of the money, right? Because they are in another country because of the just to earn more money. Therefore, that's money can undeniable factor, unforgettable factor that money, the financial rewards play a huge role in motivating people in the workplace. And also, there's a wide variety of ways in which a business can offer, like financial rewards as a part of the pay package. Right. So you can see there are many different methods of payment such that a business can choose from. So we're going to here in this lesson we're going to discuss about the different methods of payment. So first payment method is called time rate scheme. Time rate scheme. That is actually can there you can find out you can write down the definition mainly the methods of payment based on the time value, the number of hours payment method based on number of hours they work. It's the time rate method, right? So this payment method involves employees receiving a basic rate of pay per time period like work. For example, it can be £5 per hour, £50 per day, or £400 per week, like that. There are agreed values are there, and this the pay is not related to output or productivity. And any time that the employee works above the agreed number of hours per week may be make him eligible for overtime payments. And often the time and a half, like 7.5 per hour instead of £5 per annum, like that. So sometimes they're giving overtime payments also. Sometimes they work more than the prescribed time. They are entitled for the overtime payment as well. So there's another one called gross pay. The gross pay normally we call the organization they are giving the roughly the organization the monthly how much that worker is entitled to get at the end of the day. At the end of the month, we call the gross pay. Gross pay without the deductions that we call the gross pay. So the difference between gross pay and net pay means the net pay means after all deductions. After all deductions of the salary from gross pay minus all the deductions, sometimes loan payments, sometimes EPF, ETF reductions, sometimes tax reductions, everything. If you have reductions, the take home pay coming as a net pay, sometimes known as the take home pay as well. So you can see the gross pay and net pay of the following employees. You can see now you have three workers in our department: Rahma, Ranusha, and Savani. Right? You can see you can work out and you can use the chat line or you can talk, you can communicate to give me. Okay. Rahma number of hours per work. She works 160 hours per month, and her overtime rate is 10. Normal pay rate of pay is 8. Overtime rate is like 8 into 1.5. They are paying like more than the one and a half. So that for overtime hour, it's trying to get 12. So not only her, everyone in the organization. Let's imagine my organization. I have three workers: Brahma, Anusha, and Samai, two girls and one boy. So then, so they're entitled to pay normal rate of pay is $8, and for overtime hours, I'm paying them like additional like a half rate also, that is £12, $12 per hour. So like that, normal hours per month, you can see 160. Number of hours per work per month 160, Ranusha 150, Savani also 160. And overtime hours, you can see the overtime hours, Rahma work 10 hours, Ranusha work 20 hours, Savani work 30 hours. Right. So gross pay. Okay, now we have to calculate the gross pay. So gross pay shall be calculated like that. So normally number of hours work per month is depend on the organization. You can see like uh, that's given by the organization. Different. And normally, if a full-time employee must work like a per week, let's say like a 45 hours per week. So if you're 8 hours per day, you multiply like 8 times 5, 40 hours. Sometimes Saturday is also working, then 45 hours. But this case per month, they are working 160 hours. That count as normal hours of work. And this is the overtime hours. You can see per month, if the normal workers are working like 40 hours per week, 40 times 4 per month is 160. So that's why Rahma work 160 hours full time. Anush only work like 150 and Savani only work 160. Okay, I got one answer. The gross pay of the Rahma. Yeah, one got $1,400. How you got that amount? Rahma salary 160 multiplied by 8 normal pay 1,280, and then overtime pay 10 times 12. 10 times 12 120. So if you add the 1,280 plus 120, the answer is 1,400. Yes, the answer is correct. Okay, 1,400 for the Ammar. That answer is correct. Rahma's salary. Okay, Ranusha, calculate Ranusha's salary. Let's see, this answer is correct. He says 1,200. How? 150 multiplied by the normal pay, that is 8. That is 1,200. And then overtime hours are there, 20 overtime hours. So you work more hours on overtime. That's multiplied by 240. So 1,200 plus 240, the answer is 1,440. 1,440. So Anusha's salary is coming 1,440, right? So, right? 1,440. So let's calculate the Savani salary. Savani is 160 normal hours, 160 times 8, 1,280. And then normal rate of pay, that's like that, and overtime 30 hours. And then you multiply 30 times 12, that is 360. So 360 plus 1,280 answer is 1,640. So in this case, yes, yeah, Samani's calculation is correct, the given by student. 1,640 answer is correct. So these are the numbers. So you can see gross pay now. Rahma got 1,400, right? Ranusha got 1,440, and then Savani got 1,640. So in this case, Savani actually getting more salary than other two based on the gross pay. Now we do the deduction. So income tax 10% of the gross pay. Now gross pay is there. So please take the 10% deductions. So 10% deductions, you can see here the salary coming 1,400. So Rahma salary, you can see it's Anusha salary 1,440, that is 10% is 144. And Savani salary 1,640, 10% is 164. 164. So you can see, first of all, Rahma's salary 10% is 140, 1,400, 10%, 140. And then Ranusha's salary, Ranusha got 1,440, so 10% is 144. And Savani got 1,640, that is 164 is a 10%. So 140, 144, 164. These are the main deductions. 140, 144, 164. These are the main deductions of 10%. And then we can deduct the other one, national insurance. National insurance means everyone has to give that contribution for the national insurance from their salary, 50, 50, 50. And pension contribution 15% from the gross pay. So you can calculate that also 15% from the gross pay. So 15% of that we can multiply easily. Rahma's salary again 1,400 into 15%, that is 210. And Ranusha's salary 1,440 multiplied by 15%, that is 216. And then Savani's salary, she got 1,640 times 15%, that is 246. So we have to write these answers. 210, pension contribution 50%, 210, 1,400 to 15%. Here the second Ranusha's one, 1,440 to 15%, 216. And then Savani's salary, 1,640 to 15%, 246. 246. And then trade membership union fees are there, trade union membership fee 10, 10, 10. And then salary in advance, salary advances $100, $150, and $120 are there. You can deduct, and then you can get the net pay, take home salary. Okay. Okay, you can actually send the answers here, take home pay. So yeah, you can deduct the, okay, first one, Rahma salary. So take these deductions. Rahma salary is 1,400. From 1,400, you can deduct income tax, right? And then you can income tax 10%, right? That is from 1,100 deduct, you can income tax 10% is 140 plus the national contribution insurance 50.
Sir,
Yeah,
so we don't subtract the salary advance, right?
we have to, because that's the salary advance means the amount of money that she has taken before the month end.
So it's subtracted from the monthly.
Yeah, it's a month before the month end, before the salary date. Some people are coming and asking, give me salary advance. So it's something in the middle of the month, like that you're asking. So here deduct all the deductions. Here income tax, if you can calculate 140, here 50, here 210, right? And then again 10, and again 100. So all the reductions are there. 510. For 510, if you deduct that value, 1,400 minus 510, the answer is 890. 890. So Rahma net salary is actually take home salary 800, like that. Right. We can calculate other one also. Right. Who can calculate the Anusha's salary? Okay. Anusha can calculate. Anyone can give the Anusha's salary. So Anusha's salary total value coming 1,440. Right. 1,440. And then so you can income tax here deduct 144 plus and then 50 and then 216, then 10 and 150. So total deduction 570 you have to take. 570 deduct from that. 570 will deduct from 1,440 minus 570 is 870. So Anusha's salary coming 870. So Rahma got 890. So Anusha got 870. Right. Last one, Savan is on. So Savan is salary. Yes, Savan got total salary 1,640. 1,640. From that, we deduct income tax 164, 10% plus 164 plus 50 plus 246 plus 10 plus 120. So answer is 590 you deduct from that her salary. 590 from your deduct. So her gross salary should be 1,460 minus 590. 1,640 minus 590 answer is 1,050. So in this case, you can see the highest salary go to the Savani. So she got the highest salary 1,050. Okay, now we are going to second method of method. You can see in this method, like a lot of organizations are giving this normally like a time rate method, like especially like if you're a working class, like people who are work, they are determined the salary by the number of amount of hours they work. So that is coming under time rate method. Sorry, from you can see the pay sheet how to calculate the time rate method of a different worker based on number of overtime hours, normal rate, and deductions. Okay, we are going to next method. Second method of payment is a piece rate system. Under piece rate system, we can see this payment method involves the employee receiving amount of money per unit, how much of items they have made, right? Not based on the number of hours, not based on number of the minutes and hours they are working. This based on the number of amount of output they have manufactured, produces. Therefore, this pay is directly linked to this productivity level. So calculate the gross pay and the net pay of the following workers. You can see here, they have 4 workers are there. So I'm welcome all of your answers. Please send your answers. You can talk and you can send the answers to what the verbally and answer a chat line. Please calculate easily. It's an easy question. So there are 4 different questions are there. Saranya, Kiara, Rohansa, and Nancy, right? So right, okay. Saranya, tell me your salary. Number of units per month you made is 600. So rate of pay $100 I'm giving for 1 unit. Right. What is your gross salary then? 600 into 100. Ne? So how much? 600 into 100 is 60,000. 60,000. So 60,000 is the gross pay, and there are total deductions. I have 15,000, then 60,000 minus. Yes, I got the answer from Saranya gave her answer 60,000. Okay, what is your net salary, Saranya? 60,000 minus 15,000 should be 45,000, right? So your salary should be 45,000. Okay. Now I'm asking from Kiara, right? Kiara, what is your net salary then? Gross salary. Gross salary should be
It's 80,000, right?
1,000 and deduct 20,000. Your net salary should be
60,000.
50,000. Yes. Okay. Now Rohansa. Rohansa, what is your gross salary? 85,000. 85,000 minus 30,000 is 55,000. 55,000 for Rohansa. Right. Now we have Nancy. Nancy actually produced more quantities. So 900 into 100, that is 90,000. So 90,000 minus 25 is 65,000. Yes, she got the correct answer from the chat line. Right? Yes, she got the correct answer. I think she has experience also, right? Like salary counting and all, right? Good. So it's really good. Yeah. So who got the more salary? Who get the most salary right here? 65,000 goes to Nancy. Rohan's also earns 65,000. No, Rohan's earns 55,000. Kiara got 60,000 salary, and Sarani got 45,000. This case, Nancy actually get paid more from the piece rate system, right? So now we talk about two methods: time rate method that based on number of hours, and the piece rate system that based on number of items they produce, manufacture. Right. So what are the problems of the piece rate system? You have to find out mainly there in the question sometimes organizations they have some issues with the piece rate system because workers are motivated by number of items they can produce because they know if you produce more like per month, then you can earn more. So that at the end, what happens? You're actually working like nothing, and then at the end, sometimes quality can be go down. Quality can be go down. Sometimes they are doing low quality production. We can see because people wanted more units to produce, more items to produce. At the end, you can see piece rate system. Sometimes quality can be go down. Quantity is there, but quality will go down. So, but you have to control the quality. Quality assurance systems are there. Quality assurance, quality control system, you have to find out. So another problem with the piece rate method is sometimes you can see the employees actually like the actually the quantity of output will be depending on the technology that they are using. The efficiency and technology is actually is important thing because number of items they can produce. If you have new items only, technology only. If you have let's say the power cuts or sometimes imagine machine sometimes some machines are not working. Imagine their tools and equipments are they have some system like some failures. Sometimes say computers are not working or sometimes they say no electricity, machine breakdown. As a result of that, what happened? The units actually productivity can be go down as a result of that. Then low productivity means low amount of money. So everything can be depend. External factors can be depend on them, especially the climate factor. Sometimes it can be the external factor. Sometimes imagine like say pandemic situation. So if you can't produce more, you can't earn anything like that. Okay, now you can see now this is a common method of payment like a salesman because it's an insurance, a kind of commission method we're going to talk about. Now, commission is a third method of payment. Commission also common method of payment from salesman, especially like this time 2020 January Edexcel business paper, they asked to define this one, the commission method. So sales commission, they have to define that amount. What is the commission method? So they have to keyword they have to mention here. It's a method of payment based on the number of amount they sold, the amount of the output they have the produce. So they have sold. So it mainly given to the sales department, marketing section, marketing department people say sales reps can earn this more commission because they are the one who sell. Imagine if you are working in a car sale, your commission will be depending on the amount of cars that you sold during that time. So during that month, sometimes you can see insurance agents also say number of policies that you bring. Sometimes double glaze in telesales, the employees receive a very small percentage, like say 0.5% of the value of the goods that he managed to sell in a period of time. So this case, I have three salesmen, Tevin, TJ, and Ammar. So okay, Tevin's salary, value of sales, he sold 150 units. So TJ sold 250 units and Ammar sold 300 units. In this case, you can see the most efficient sales rep is Ammar. So, and price per unit is 1000. So Tevin's value of sales is 150,000. TJ's value 250,000. Ammar's value 300,000. So commission you have to multiply 10% commission I'm giving for everyone based on their sales. So Tevin's got how much? 15,000, 25,000, and Ammar got 30,000. So highest commission goes to Ammar based on his sales. So that's the thing. So that's the based on the commission is based on mainly the amount of output, the amount of turnover, amount of sales unit that you have made for the organization. Okay. Fourth one, you have performance related pay or PRP method. PRP method is based on performance is based on a PE appraisal scheme. Right. Let's go to the textbook thing what they mentioned about this PRP methods and everything. So in the method of motivation, you know, people say using different methods of motivation: piece rate method, time rate method, commission method. Right now you have already calculated remuneration and everything. So remuneration is the definition you can see is a money paid to employees for their work or service. Money the paid by the employees, paid to the employees for their work or service. And first method we talk about today is the time rate method. Time rate method, workers are normally time rate is a payment system based on the amount of time employees spend at work. So they are usually saying that the time rate is a common system of involved using workers so much per hour or per week. Sometimes, therefore, someone who earns $20 US dollars per hour, works for 37 hours a week, will receive 740. That's 20 to 37. This is called gross pay. That is the pay before the deductions. The worker's net pay is what they take home. This is gross pay minus deductions. We talk about with the example. I think we talk about that's one. We calculate different salaries. What are the things that you can deduct? Income tax, national insurance contribution, pension contribution, contribution to an employer savings scheme, repayments for education or training loan. Sometimes organization you can take some loan for the education from your MBA or something, or trade union membership fees. You have to pay. So workers may once be paid an overtime. This means that they get a higher hourly rate for working extra hours. Example, workers might get paid time and a half for the working after the normal working day. So at weekends or during the public holidays, therefore, if the hourly rate were $20 an hour, the overtime rate of time would be more than that. That's right. It should be 30, like 20 to 1.5. So we talk about that also with the example. You have really good understanding how to calculate the time rate. And just now we talk about the piece rate system. Also, piece rate definition is there. Payment system where workers receive an amount of money for each unit they produce. The payment system that their workers have receiving an amount of money for each unit they produce. For each unit they produce. Right. So that's the piece rate system. In the piece rate system, what has happened? So this case, organization, they are taking amount of money. They are taking like now piece rate method, like employee picking like a grapes, imagine like anything like piece rate system. We are normally using in estates workers, especially like tea estate, rubber estate, coconut estate like that. Normally piece rate, the amount of output they actually contributed from the estate, they actually take. So mainly they are measuring the amount of the output there, and based on that they rewarded their salary. So that's why, but mainly there are problems we talk about piece rate system. I told you that normally organizations, sometimes the quantity something can be there, but not the quality. And some organizations, the piece rate cannot be used if workers cannot be measured. Right? For example, it is very difficult to measure the output of a hotel receptionist or a research scientist. You can say how much of actually the output you actually contributed. Hotel receptionist, because they answer telephone calls, they'll come in like a face-to-face. Sometimes they have to welcome them, and sometimes online. Sometimes you're handling some work over the phone. You're handling some work, so it's difficult to measure the workload that done by the receptionist. And also, research scientists are the same. Like so, it's difficult to actually measure the output like that. You can see you are doing only particular this thing because so many items they are doing. Like it's teach also same. Not only teaching, sometimes paper setting, paper marking, and parents meetings. Like so many other additional works also doing apart from the teachers' normal job. So in extracurricular activities and meetings and so many things, discipline handling and sports and everything, meetings, assemblies, organizing, so many activities they are doing. So as a result, you can see it's very difficult to measure the output of a worker in some cases. And second case, you can see like the quality of output may suffer. The quality of output may suffer if people work too fast, right? They may take shortcuts and make mistakes. In the above example, you can see a labor picking grapes may damage some of the fruits when picking too quickly. As I told you, more quantity but low quality. Quality and quantity must be matched. So if you work hard, work fast, sometimes mistakes might be happen. Damages can be happen to the output. Even they might be injured because of doing fast work. Because sometimes they are not working, sometimes not wearing the safety gloves, safety helmets, because it's difficult to work fast with all the safety things. Sometimes workers might use dangerous practices trying to work too fast. For example, like a machinist may remove protective guards to speed up the production and therefore risk injury like that. As I just told this situation, so these are the main disadvantage of the piece rate system if you are implementing. Sometimes you cannot work the piece rate system for some jobs, and sometimes quality may be suffer. Sometimes you're working too fast, and sometimes even the dangerous practices will lead to injuries also of the worker. Okay, the next one you talk about today is a performance related pay or PRP method. The PRP method, you can see the payment system designed for non-manual workers. Their pay increases are given if performance targets are met. So this is the definition I wanted to write there in the handout also. So please refer the textbook. This is page number 185. Performance related pay. So it's sometimes a payment system designed for non-manual workers. Non-manual workers mean this is based on you can say clerical workers. Another term you can say clerical worker, or you can say office workers, right? Admin workers. So non-manual, they are not laborers. They are working for an organization in office, or non-manual factory like office workers, like HR manager. It can be marketing department. Sometimes you can see the clerks, peons, something like that. So non-manual workers, their pay increases are given if the performance targets are met. So this will be motivated for non-manual workers, but there are some little problems also there, because who actually assess the performance? This performance target sometimes they say is biased, sometimes performance appraisal system. So many people they say sometimes unfair. That's the situation. So many organizations they have these situations. The PRP is designed specifically to reward the workers whose output is difficult to measure. PRP works best if businesses use an appraisal system to evaluate the staff performance. This involves meeting the individual with workers every year to discuss progress at work, assess whether targets have been met, and set new targets for the next year. Like if targets have been met or exceeded, right? So workers will get paid more. Sometimes they're giving, you see, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. So workers sometimes employers want to give you like a high amount of like a number of pay increments. So performance related pay is like if you are a high performer, the best performer in the organization, they might give you high salary for you, right? So business like to use a PRP method because it's linked your pay to performance, and only workers who perform well will be paid more. However, the system does have some problems. So what are the problems in the system? You can see. So this part you can actually write down in a handout also in that given space. If you are referring this, what are the disadvantage of PRP? Because you should know every method there are some cons, some limitations. Because in evaluation points, like it can become for a 9 marker, it can become for a 6 marker or 12 marker. You must be able to disadvantages and must be able to make sure to write that. So what are main problems in this case? Some workers feel that this is unfair because appraisals may be inconsistent. That's called the unfair evaluation appraisals because of the favoration. So sometimes discriminations can be happen based on sometimes gender discrimination. Sometimes different inconsistencies can be actually reported in the long time when the historical incidents are there. Example, I guess the pay awards may be given to certain workers because they have close friendships with their manager. Close friendships. This may demotivate staff and cause conflict. And second one, the financial incentives may not be high enough to motivate workers to improve their performance. That's another thing. Financial incentives may not be high enough to motivate workers. Sometimes they're given just such a small increment. Sometimes that is not enough for their bread and breakfast. So that's another problem with this. And third one, some workers may feel that the performance targets are set too demanding, too high. Sometimes they say, how can I achieve this much of target? They are very demanding, so they are impossible target they are giving for us that we cannot achieve. At the end, they can actually reduce, they can stay without giving our increments and bonuses. And some workers blame other factors, as I told, like say the target means sometimes like a poor machines, poor computer system, problem with the computer systems affected their performance. That's right. That's not all, sometimes not about their performance, it's actually the problem of the other external factors. So these are the things actually today we talk about the time rate, piece rate, and performance related pay mainly. So you can see in this handout. So we talk about the certain calculations method. The PR method, please write down the definition and the problems associated with the PR method. Sometimes inconsistencies can be happen, discriminations can be happen. Sometimes the manual, sometimes problems can be happen like failure in the computer systems and PRP method. And sometimes the given PRP performance rate is not enough for some workers. These are the main issues that you have to write down there. So like that, so today we are talking about actually four methods. What are the four methods? Profit sharing method, and also performance related method, and commission methods, and also disadvantage the piece rate system, and also finally the time rate system. Right, these are the methods that we talk about today. How to calculate gross pay, net pay, everything. So sum up the lesson again. So talk about this a new chapter, financial motivation. There are many more. Like in my next session, I want to talk about mainly the other methods of financial payments. So today we talk about such as like a four methods: time rate method, piece rate method, commission method, and PRP method. So in my next session, we'll talk about the other methods such as bonus payment and the promotion method and other fringe benefit thing. It's another thing. Sometimes fringe benefit also. Sometimes very doubtful thing. Some people say, what is the fringe benefit? Is that an additional thing? Or is that a financial or non-financial? But you can see the fringe benefits are there in our financial management section, methods of motivation. Like fringe benefits can be either financial or non-financial. For example, like company car. Company car, sometimes vehicle allowance given for that, it's a financial thing. Free counseling service is a non-financial thing. Private health insurance, sometimes your hospital bill paid by the company. It's a financial gain for you. Accommodation, free accommodation, subsidized accommodation. It's a non-financial thing. But if you're given them some kind of a, say, housing allowance for you, it's a financial thing. Company facility like a gym facility given by the organization. Sometimes if the company pay your gym membership, it's a financial gain. Like that, it can be either financial or non-financial if they given you some kind of like a you see, so this one again in detail we are talking about in my next session mainly. So now let's move on to some small case study like a top rank service center. The top rank service center carries out the maintenance and servicing and repair works in taxis in New Mexico. The company operates one manager, 9 mechanics, and one labor and receptionist. And so you can see this case study. In this case, mechanics are paid $20 per hour and time and a half for every hour they work for 35 hours during a week. And then the manager paid salary, so it's not depending on the number of hours. It's a clerical worker, so he get 62,000 per year with no overtime payments. Right. So this case, they're asking, okay, first of all, calculate the one of the machine mechanics work 50 hours. One of the mechanic work 50 hours during a busy week in September. Work out the salary earned by the mechanic. So 50 hours he worked during that week. So yeah, already I got one answer from a student also. We can calculate mechanic salary. So normally this case, mechanic get paid $20 per hour for the 35 hours. So over 35 hours during a week, so that's called overtime. He get paid time and a half. That is $20, 1.5. That is $35 per hour. So how to calculate? So he's working 50 hours. So first 35 hours, 35 times 20, that is 700 plus 15 into 35. So 15 into 35. So you can see this answer. This is activity one we are doing in chapter method of motivation. Chapter 22, method of motivation. Activity number 1 we are doing. Right. So this case, activity number 1. So gross pay, you can see this worker's gross pay. He worked 50 hours per week. So 59, you can see breakdown to 35 hours and 15 hours. So 30 hours into 30, 20, 35 into 20, that is 700 plus then extra 15 hours into $30. That's time and a half. So $30 for the overtime. So that is 700 plus 450. That is 1,150. So mechanic dollars, $1,150 a year in that time. Work out. Ask the second question. What is meant by the term salary? What is salary? In salary, some employees are paid a salary, which is expressed in annual terms and paid monthly. And salaries are usually paid to non-manual workers, like in this case, manager get the salary. Salaried workers are not always paid overtime. In this case, the manager of the top rank service center is paid annual salary of 62,000. And third question, they ask in describe one possible reason why the top rank service center choose not to use the piece rate as a method of remuneration. Because some workers are paid according to how much they produce. And they're asking why they not using the piece rate system. Because some workers are there, the system helps to motivate workers and businesses are likely to get more out of their employees. However, one problem with the piece rate is that they are not suitable if work cannot be measured. So in this case, it may be difficult to measure the workload if done by like a standard units, because this is because many of the tasks completed by mechanics may be different, right? Different work they are carried out. For example, one mechanic may spend time on carrying out a routine service, while another might be fitting a new engine. These tasks are different from each other and cannot be easily compared or measured. Therefore, piece rate should be probably not working in this case. Therefore, time rate we are using as a result of that. So always take the case study, take some kind of idea. As a result of that, you might see the organization sometimes very difficult, sometimes to identify the system of the piece rate or time rate and as a result of that, they have to use the time rate system because that's a fair method for every mechanics. Okay. So today, my first lesson main objective actually to find out the few financial method of motivation. So we talk about 4 methods of financial payment method. We talk about time rate, how to calculate salary based on the time they work. Piece rate, how to calculate salary based on the number of amount they produce. And we talk about the commission method, how salespeople, the people who actually based on number of units they sold, based on that how their commission is derived. And finally talk about the performance related pay TRP method for non-manual workers, how they calculate, and we talk about their issues and disadvantages also. And finally talk about one case study, that case study number 1, you can see top rank service center, the mechanic salary calculations, and the talk about why they are using these piece rate systems. Okay, so that's it for the today's session. Then see you next session with my other financial motivation. We're going to talk about the other methods such as fringe benefits and commission, bonus methods, and everything. Okay, then until then, thank you very much. See you in my next session. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.